Welcome to my very first Clean With Me video. Clean with me. Dishes. Taking a moment to use a paper towel to get some food pieces out of the drain. I used to be on an all rag system. Paper towels had no role in my life, but I don't have a washing machine. I wash all my clothes by hand in the bathtub right now. So I use a paper towel. I get the food bits out of the drain, and then I put this in my compost. And then I compost it. My compost is rocking and rolling. This is disintegrated like fast, less than a month. And then I grow plants in it. I get really emotionally, physically, mentally bogged down by mess and disorganization, so an excess of belongings. So this whole weekend while the kids have been away, I normally do my deep clean and organization, and I just felt bogged down. We just had accumulated a little too much stuff. So if you ever feel like you can't get your house clean or you just don't feel like doing it, you have too much stuff. You have too much stuff. This has been a revolution in my life, realizing you should be able to clean your house or you have too much stuff. So yesterday and just the whole weekend was pretty much wasted because I had too much stuff. And so yesterday I tackled this black hole of energy, which is a cluttered, disorganized pile of stuff in a closet. So I tackled the kids' closet, and I got a lot of trash out, got a lot of things where they should be, found something my son had been looking for, and I'm talking just like a plastic tote of stuff, a large plastic tote. That's a black hole right there of energy. And I used to have a whole house, or a whole basement full of that stuff. So life is better now that I have realized less stuff. So yesterday, even though I couldn't clean, I, late at night, took all of my recycling to the recycling bins because that's a pile of stuff. I took all the recycling to the recycling bins, and I took a couple of large items to the thrift store, and I had eliminated enough stuff from that closet situation to take the plastic tote filled with some various odds and ends to the thrift store. So I got all of that stuff out of my environment. And then today, sure enough, I did have the energy, motivation, lift of weight off my shoulders to get in there and do the dang dishes, you know? So I'm gonna clean the rest of the house, and I've got to do grocery shopping today. Entranceway collects stuff, and the purse stuff. So I've got my box here for dry compost stuff, my browns, my carbon-based things. So little tissues and bits of paper that aren't saturated in random dye get torn up and put into that box to go to compost. My school bag for Tom's homeschooling that I carry to the library each day. So I'm just gonna kind of go through this stuff. If you ever read about feng shui, like your entrance is, I mean, that's where you walk in. That's where the mood is set for the home. So I'm gonna clean this up. Alright, you guys, now I went through all of my papers, and when you're homeschooling, there's a lot of paper. I really would like to find like a used chalkboard just for like a little bit of the handwriting work, but you're gonna find paper. Right now, I'm peeling off one of my thumbnails. You know what I'm gonna do with that? I'm gonna put it in the dry compost box. There you go. So there's a lot of paper, and so I compost a lot of it, but then like these have a lot of space like left on them. So I'm gonna just use some scissors and make them into a little more of a neat piece of paper. Put them into our homeschool binder that we carry to the library, and that's what I'm gonna use for some of our handwriting and notes and whatnot. So I'm gonna reduce, reuse, recycle. That's how we save the world, but you do it in those orders. You don't jump straight to recycle. You jump to reduce, then reuse, last resort, recycle. Recycling is the last resort. So first reduce, then reuse, then recycle. It's in that order. It's an ordered situation. Nice little stack of scrap paper for our binder. The old run around, put everything where it goes, tidy up thing that we all must do. I think my vacuum's clogged. I'm gonna like clean out my vacuum. That's something I do pretty regularly anyways, like clean the vacuum. Hairs and strings get wrapped around the brush here, so it doesn't work at its optimum capabilities. Cut them, pull them out. Lord, y'all, it turns out my vacuum hose was clogged. Look at all the stuff that came out of it. Now, onto the vacuuming. I'm going to wipe down some surfaces. This is not what the bottle says it is. I recycled this bottle, reused it rather. And I've been using it since I lived here, this same squirt bottle. And I buy a big gallon jug of white vinegar. I'll probably do this much white vinegar, water, a squirt of biodegradable soap. And right now I have cinnamon essential oil drops in here, about 10 drops I guess. Gives a little scent. I like a nice scent. Sometimes I use mint because I like that, lavender, whatever. Anyway, because I'm using this as my cleaning agent and my paper towels, I can safely just put my paper towels into my compost pile. Last thing I'm going to do for today's video is take my dry paper composts down to my compost pile. So come watch me do that. If you enjoyed this video, then I know you will enjoy my library of videos over on my Patreon page, where I'm also way crunchy. Patreon is where you can get my videos like you're ordering a magazine subscription, and for a monthly fee starting at just $1, you get to see all of my latest videos and everything there that I have ready and waiting for you. Let's look together at divorce, mental health, body image, eating, the environment, and homeschooling.